The Bricklayer's Dream. The Men with Dusty Hands. Carlos, a 22-year-old bricklayer, works tirelessly from sunrise to sunset. His hands are rough, his back aches, and his dreams feel far away. But one evening, he overhears two workers saying, "We will always be stuck here." Something inside him refuses to accept that fate. Could there be another way? The question that changed everything. One day, an architect visits the site. Carlos watches him, admiring the way he commands respect. Gathering courage, he asks, "Sir, how did you become an architect?" The architect smiles and replies, "I was once like you, laying bricks. But I saw myself as more than just a laborer." That night, Carlos lies awake. Could he become more than a bricklayer? Learning in secret. Using old newspapers, books from a friend, and online videos, Carlos starts learning about design and architecture. Every lunch break, instead of resting, he sketches buildings. His co-workers mock him, a bricklayer dreaming of being an architect. Ridiculous. But he keeps going. The first sketch that meant something. One day, Carlos gathers his courage and shows his sketches to the architect he once spoke to. The man examines them carefully, then looks up and says, "You have a gift, but talent means nothing without effort. Are you willing to work for this?" Carlos nods. This is his moment. The midnight classes. Carlos takes on extra shifts to pay for night classes. After working 10 hours at the construction site, he walks miles to attend school. He is exhausted, but every lesson makes his vision clearer. He starts understanding blueprints and measurements. His world is expanding. But the price of progress is high. Will he last, or will the weight of struggle break him? Laughed at, but never broken. His co-workers discover his secret. "So, you're going to be an architect now? Maybe we should all quit and become doctors," they laugh. The taunts sting, but Carlos reminds himself, they laugh because they don't believe. But I do. Instead of breaking, he works harder. The door that almost stayed shut. After years of studying and saving, Carlos applies for an assistant designer job at a construction firm. The interviewer scans his resume and frowns. "You don't have a degree." Carlos feels his heart sink. Was everything for nothing? The portfolio that spoke louder than words. Instead of begging, Carlos takes out his sketchbook. He lays out his best designs, showing the buildings he has imagined, planned, and refined over the years. The interviewer flips through the pages, eyes widening. "Where did you learn this?" "On the same ground where I used to lay bricks." A long silence follows. Then, the interviewer smiles. "Welcome to the team." From worker to creator. Carlos moves up in the company, learning from the best. His first project is small, but when he sees his design come to life, he feels something powerful, pride. A man who once only carried bricks now creates the blueprints that shape the city. But there's still one thing he must do. The return to the construction site. Years later, Carlos visits his old construction site, where young laborers work just as he once did. He gathers them around and tells them his story. "You are not just bricklayers. You are builders of dreams. If I can do it, so can you." And with those words, a new dream is born in someone else's heart. Hope you enjoyed this story. Fluent English starts with one step: listening, feeling, understanding. At English Onady, every story is a chance to grow, to dream, and to speak with confidence. Listen today, speak tomorrow, because one day can change everything. Final quote. You are not defined by where you start, but by how far you're willing to go. Every brick you lay today can be the foundation of your dreams tomorrow.